Hey, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
Perfect. All right. Okay. I'd like to call to order this planning and zoning meeting on September 24th, 2024. Tara, can you do a roll call, please?
Yes. Richie?
Yes. Here.
Merman? Ferris?
Here.
Werdeman? Darling? Here. Decker? Weiss?
Here.
Nate?
Here.
And Piper?
Here.
Thank you. The first agenda item is approval of tonight's agenda. To approve?
I move we approve the July 23rd, 2024 agenda. I'm not, sorry, wrong one. Yes, the September 24th, 2024 agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone? Same sign. Okay. Second agenda item is approval of the meeting minutes for July 23rd, 2024. Motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Okay, the next agenda item would be public comments. So anything unrelated to an agenda item tonight. Do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to old business, of which we also have none. And so then we'll move straight into our new business for this evening. And item 7A is approval of a preliminary plat for Wesley Life Village.
Thanks. The next two agenda items I'll be talking about together because they go hand in hand with one another. But this is a request from Wesley Retirement Services Incorporated, represented by David Bentz with Bishop Engineering. And the applicant is requesting approval of a preliminary plat site plan for a residential facility, group living facility at 1203 Northeast Street. The property is just over 33 acres in area. The property is currently zoned PUD, and then it was surrounded on all four sides by R1 single family residential. The site plan identifies the extension of one public street, Angela Street, and we'll see this here. Angela Street will be extended there to the east there. And that will be the location for 14 duplex buildings for 28 total lots. Each unit will be approximately 2,350 square feet in area. The site plan also identifies improvements to the existing facility to the south, which includes a new front entrance, a community room with cafe seating, and that's just over 4,000 square feet in area. A 540 square foot area will be the new entrance. Along the west side of the building will be a 10-unit transitional care addition that's 5,818 square feet in area, and then a dining deck addition that's just over 1,200 square feet in area. Lastly, the applicant is developing a 3-story apartment complex here at the south portion of the site, which will be 3 stories, 28 units, and that is just under 20,000 square feet in area. The lower level of that building includes 36 parking stalls. The trash enclosure is located in this general vicinity. The applicant is also proposing amenities such as a pickleball court, a dog park, a patio adjacent to the gardening area, and then a bocce court as well. Access to the site will be included in a number of different ways, including from Angela Street and then E Street on the east side of the site. And then Robin Glen is the north-south street that goes between or kind of through the facility there. 56 parking spaces are required for the duplex portion of the project. The applicant is providing those spaces in the form of attached garages as well as driveway parking spaces. And then the independent care facility requires 44 parking spaces, and they're providing 175 spaces. So the parking does meet the site plan ordinance. 5-foot sidewalk will be installed along both sides of Angela Drive adjacent to the duplex buildings. And there'll be a series of 5-foot pedestrian walkways within the site to provide pedestrian access from the north to the south and kind of from E Street up to Angela Street, Angela Drive. The site will be serviced with all public utilities. As you can see at the top of the site, so Angela Drive already has all these utilities, and they'll be extending them to the east to provide that those utility connections for those duplex units. And then off of E Street, there's a series of utilities down in that corner, which will be extended as needed to provide utility access for that south building. Stormwater detention will be located in a pond here at the center part of the site. A minimum of 25% of the project area is required to be open space, and they're providing 63.4% open space. The landscape plan is there. Colored elevations were provided for review. Those buildings are to be constructed predominantly of brick, fiber cement board, horizontal siding, fiber cement board and batten, and fiber board cement panel, and then also fenestration or windows. And I've included some elevations for review as well. And that's the apartment complex on the south side of the site. And so the site plan is in general conformance with our subdivision ordinance, zoning ordinance, site plan ordinance, and the comprehensive plan. So staff does recommend approval. All comments have been addressed at this point, so there's nothing additional needed from an engineering perspective to complete the project. So staff does recommend approval. We're happy to take any questions. Yes.
For the architect or developer or representative, have you been talking to your neighbors? Any?
Advanced Bishop Engineering, 3501 104th Street in Urbandale. Yeah, when we did the rezoning, we had neighborhood meetings, and I don't know if you remember, but we came here about a year ago with a more intensive plan, and the neighbors showed up, and when we came back through the whole process, had a whole nother neighborhood meeting and pulled it back, pared it back a little bit. So yeah, we've had a lot of conversations with the neighbors. And I think this is pretty much in conformance with what we had for the PUD, so.
Can you tell me something about the water flow into those retention basins and where the water is ultimately going to go?
So it pretty much goes the same way it goes today. The south end that flows off undetained today, we've decreased that area, so there's gonna be less water flowing off undetained. The large detention basin there where that kind of pinkish dot is, here, I can come over here. Right now you have a pretty good sized area flowing off this way. We've decreased that, so you got a small area, we're detaining it. Then it's flowing down that road. You got a lot of water that comes down through here. So we're over detaining in this area, so we're releasing less than what goes off today. And then it goes through this pond, out the way it goes today.
That's a dry pond.
This
So
one
to
is
speak,
dry.
dry
This one's
basin.
dry, this one's wet. Yep.
Yeah. And the other one up, the north one?
That's a dry one. Okay.
Thank you.
Comments from the commission?
The original plan, there were some comments, particularly from the neighbors to the north about height of buildings. How tall are they going to be, those duplexes?
If it says on the elevations here.
I don't know.
The duplex, I'm Troy Porter, I work for Wesley Life.
Go to the mic, please.
The duplexes won't show up on the elevations, but they're all single story.
Excuse me?
They're all single story.
Okay.
Anyone like to make a motion to approve the preliminary plat for Wesley Life Village?
I make a motion to approve the preliminary plat.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
All right, Richie,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Darling,
Yes.
Vice,
Yes.
Nate,
Yes.
and Piper.
Yes.
Okay, so 7B is the approval of a site plan for Wesley Life Village at 1203 North E Street. Specific comments on that item before we do a vote.
Well, if I may, I'm curious about trees and shrubs. There are a lot of circles and stuff drawn on there. Are they accurate? Or is that a?
Well, they're accurate for
Sort
the,
of, kinda,
they're accurate for the plan. That's where they're supposed to plant them.
okay.
Yeah. So we agreed that the, you can go back maybe.
There's,
So we agreed to the neighbors to do some extra plantings here that wasn't really required because it's residential to residential, but we did that along here too. And I think originally we had a road coming down through here, which was a concern, and we still kept
Right.
those trees in even though we removed the road, so. Yeah, I mean, there'll be a punch list at the end and will they all be in that exact spot? Can't guarantee it, but I would hope so. A lot of times they don't have them staked out, so they're not exact.
so we'll perform a landscape inspection as part of the process for them to get a CO. So we'll make sure all the trees and shrubs are in place at that time.
And this wasn't a city requirement, but these residents that are currently living here that are part of Wesley, they wanted some more screening too, so we added some, kind of like what we did up here.
In the back of those units. They want the additional screening, you said.
Up here,
No,
here,
yeah,
yep, we added some more screening there too. That was just an internal Wesley conversation.
And those are the existing.
Yeah, these are all
Yep.
Wesley units, yeah.
right.
They're just internal, we did the same screening between units.
There is a list of acceptable trees, is that correct?
We list all the species here and.
That's hard to read.
What's that?
It's hard to read, how many they are.
I can't read them either,
Thanks a lot
Looks like
for the
there's more
list,
than
though.
10.
Yeah, we can send a detailed list.
Variety.
Just so they're not all the same species, so they all die at the same time.
No, there's mix of evergreen, overstory, understory typically, so.
Thank you.
Would anyone like to make a motion to approve?
I move to recommend approval of the site plan for Wesley Life Village.
Second that?
Piper,
Yes.
Nate,
Yes.
Vice,
Yes.
Darling,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes,
and Richie.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. With the
Thanks. I'll get you that list of trees. They won't all be elm trees.
I'm good, not I, all ash.
With the completion of new business, we'll move on to item number 8, which is comments, and 8A is any building permit report updates. Either of you have those tonight?
I included the reports from July and August. I don't know if you have any questions, but.
And updates on current projects you'd like to share?
We're still working through some comments with the Emerald Bay project and the Kentucky Ridge Townhome project. We recently had submitted a site plan, the first site plan for the Emerald Bay project. So hopefully comments are pretty minimal on the first review, so hopefully maybe by the first October meeting, we'll have that before you guys. They're looking to get moving on that one pretty quickly. So we've been having meetings with those folks, the site plan folks, and as well as the preliminary plat people who are putting that together. And there's a couple of other various projects. You know, I've been here just less than a month and I kind of got thrown to the wolves a little bit. So I'm spending hours and hours playing catch up. So it's kind of exciting. It's a little bit overwhelming, but you know, I'm trying to do the best that I can for right now. I've taken over both Emily and Charlie's positions. So, and then our intern is back at school. So I'm kind of, me and Tara just kind of running the show, and
We're trying.
there's a lot to catch up on. So hopefully there's be some exciting things coming pretty soon. But happy
Well,
to-
welcome aboard.
Yes,
Thank you.
welcome.
So I've never had to do building permit reports for any other communities or have had to present on those, so maybe I'll do better next time, but I'll try to be more informed on, it's kind of at the back of my mind for now.
We're just very curious.
Sure.
Sometimes the public asks us and
Yes.
we know the answers, so
Yes.
they're just helpful for us from that perspective.
Absolutely.
Next time I'll have some answers for you.
No worries. Thank you. With that, would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
All those in favor, say aye. Oh, same sign.
You didn't want to do that.
What's that?
All right, we're adjourned.
Adjourn?
Thank you.
I didn't get in your way.
No, you're